Hello, welcome to ACE Manager. Process and Governance Focus. ACE 45. How can we design performance incentive schemes? Performance incentive schemes have all along been considered an important tool in the hands of the management to differentiate between high performers and others and to suitably reward high performers. In my ACE 23, you had seen how a group incentive scheme helped in a turnaround at a piston manufacturing plant. In this case, overall output was dependent on the employee group efforts. In the information age in which we are now, where individual performances matter, as it happens in some of the software services companies, individual incentive schemes are quite popular. In today's work-from-home situation, designing job responsibilities with focus on outcomes, authentic performance evaluation techniques, and incentivizing employees based on outcomes is also on the increase. It is good to share a part of the productivity gains with the concerned employees, but one needs to be quite cautious in designing such schemes. In one instance, where the organization wanted margins to improve, gave additional incentive for margin improvement, and doled out more money than what the organization actually gained through such margin improvements. Key messages are: keep it simple. Ensure that all stakeholders trust the scheme. Base it on data that is authentic and quantifiable. And make prompt disbursement of amounts worked out according to the declared scheme. We need to know the right questions to ask. What percentage of the organization's revenue is manpower cost, and how much out of that cost do you like to pay through incentive schemes as variable pay? In organizations with heavy investment in infrastructure and equipment, manpower cost as a percentage of revenue is likely to be relatively low. In knowledge-based organizations, manpower cost could be a major cost. In software services organizations, usually 1/3 of the employee's total compensation could be through variable pay. Where it is feasible to quantify outcomes without ambiguity and disputes, this could go up to 50% of the total pay even. In software services, it is common for small teams to work on projects with defined deliverables and identifiable outcomes. In such cases, it is feasible to design project incentive schemes exclusively for such teams. While looking at deliverables, ultimate realization of gains by the organization is relevant. Higher production should not end up in higher inventory, or higher sales should not end up in higher receivables for a long time. Similarly, we should have data from authentic sources and methodologies available for processing such data consistently, timely, and in a transparent manner. If an organization has a target setting process undertaken with adequate preparation, and such targets are shared in advance with concerned employees, got the employee buy-in, preferably with resource commitment from the employer, incentive schemes based on such targets are likely to be effective. KPIs on which incentive schemes are structured should be reasonably within the purview of the concerned employee's efforts whose incentives are impacted. Where significant component of employee remuneration is through any incentive scheme, Frequently, say once a month or once a quarter, disbursement should take place without waiting for unduly long periods. While there is no one-size-fits-all solution for designing incentive schemes, carrying forward, say, one-third of the incentive earned in a quarter and merging it with the following period of incentive may be a good idea sometimes. This gives retention opportunity to the employer. It could also help in minimizing variations from quarter to quarter on outcome-based incentive distribution. Support staff are usually paid incentives, maybe on the lower scale, but in proportion to the overall outcomes of the line function employees. Finally, we need to keep it simple and unambiguous such that it inspires confidence amongst the employees for whom it is meant. Thank you for your attention.